People deluded. Arsenal won, Qarabag nil in our final group stage game in regards to the Europa League. So we might as well review the players or their player ratings better yet, or their performances. So yeah, in regards to the young players, admittedly people have got a bit more leeway. Can't really excuse some things. I mean, we were a bit wasteful at times. I was impressed with the bravery they showed today at the bravado. It's all good having technical quality and being good on the ball and stuff and having the Arsenal DNA. But at the end of the day, you've got to be brave. And it doesn't matter if you played a couple of minutes like Charlie Gilmore from essentially start to finish like Saka. I feel all of the young players showed something and they've all done something within their right to at least be in the mind of Unai Emery moving forward at this club. Of course, not all of them are going to make it, but we want to see them all have good careers and we want to see as many come through as possible. It's a good performance. 1-0, would have liked to have seen more goals, admittedly, people, but it is what it is. Starting off with Martinez, I'll give Martinez a 5. I didn't expect him to play. I thought Czech could play. Not sure of fitness levels of Czech or if he's injured, admittedly, people. But yeah, Martinez didn't have much to do. The only criticism you could say is on another day when he came out for that corner, it could have won another way. But he gets a 5. He can't really get higher than a 5. It's nice to see him keep a clean sheet, but he didn't have anything to do. And at least he must have the best goalkeeping statistics technically at Arsenal out of all of them. 1 game, 1 clean sheet, 100% save ratio, and the rest of it, in my opinion, people. So a 5. Jenkinson gets a 5. I feel he is lacking a lot of technical qualities, but he wasn't tested today, and he did alright in possession, and he just did his job, so he gets a 5. I feel Maitland-Niles gets a 6, maybe a 7 on another day. I feel obviously he still needs to improve his finishing, but I feel he had a positive game, whether he was at fullback or when he moved in the second half to advanced positions. I feel he defended well, not that we had too much to do. I feel like with all the young players, he linked up well. He had a point to prove. I'm sure he wants to play in midfield, and I'm sure he wants to play a bit more in regards to our more important competitions, because he did start the season and he's had to start again because of injury. So he gets a 6. Yeah, if I didn't make it clear, Jenkinson gets a 5. Martinez obviously gets a 5 as well. So Karatis I give a 5 and Koscielny I give a 5 as well. Neither centre-half had anything to do. I mean, that could be a partnership that Unai Emery moves forward with depending on Koscielny's fitness levels. Especially when you consider Karatis looks way more comfortable on the right-hand side of the pairing than on the left-hand side. And Koscielny is good on either way. Neither had anything to do. Good game for Koscielny to return to. He didn't have much to do, like I said. Just had to string some passes and maybe make 1 or 2 tackles. So he gets a 5. They kept a clean sheet as well. So the defence did okay. I give Joe Willock. I'll give Joe Willock an 8, man. I'll be a bit more lenient. I was gonna give a 7, but I'll be lenient. I feel while he wasn't amazing, it weren't like Busquets or Iniesta. I feel he was switched on defensively. He was switched on tactically. I felt he linked up well. Showed a good range of short and long range passing. Kept the ball ticking, and yeah. And I feel within probably the next 6 to 12 months, with just a general scale, people, between January or this period next year, if he does remain at the club, I feel he's probably got to go on loan. I feel he's very close to the first team in the sense that El Nene hasn't featured in the Prem. Willock could probably get his minutes or take his place in the pecking order. The risk of that is El Nene again. He's made 5-6 appearances, all of them coming in the Europa League. That's not too much football. So the case of Joe Willock going on loan between January now and December 2019, 2020 next year, he needs to go on loan within the next 6 to 12 months because he's bullying it at under 23 level. Like you saw in the Checo trade, he needs to play against more seasoned pros and things like that, where he can't necessarily showcase his wonderful technical quality on the ball. I feel he had a good game, so he gets an 8. And then they can walk away with a 5. I'll give Ozil an 8 as well. He had a point to prove, and again, we have to discount a lot of the performance because of the level of the opposition, obviously. But to Qarabag's credit, they actually, to walk away 1-0 is a good result, and they gave as good as they got, so we respect them. But I feel Ozil, you saw it. He was in the engine room, he set up the goal, he obviously was trying to make things happen, so he gets an 8. I'll give Lacazette a 7. It would be a 6, but again, in the spirit of being a bit more lenient, I'll give him a 7. He obviously scored. His link-up play wasn't bad, but I felt it was a bit rusty today by his own standards. Maybe he's tired, maybe he's tired, whatever. Maybe he's carrying a knock, a midweek knock, I'm not too sure, but at the end of the day, he scored the important goal, so I'll give him credit. If we didn't score, we would have drew today, because one criticism is we created clear-cut chances, but we probably needed that cutting edge, and we obviously needed to score more people. But yeah, Ozil gets an 8, Lacazette gets a 7, Eddie gets a 9. Now, he might not have scored, but I felt Eddie Nketiah's work rate application, movement, and the rest of it was good today. First off, I've made videos. He works the channels very well, so it does annoy me when people label him a poacher. He's a striker, so I mean, to be labelled a poacher would be good, I guess, but he's got more to his game. He's got technical qualities, and it's just about him getting added confidence now. He worked the flanks very well in the first half for me. He's not the biggest of lads. You saw him jumping up for headers. You saw him switched on extremely well defensively. You saw him giving it. I think he showed a lot of physical qualities against that fullback. He showed him a lot. He might have shown that he's small, but he's on the physical battle, and he gave him a lot of stress in that department. He showed his technical qualities on the ball, a couple of mazy runs and driving runs. Unlucky to have his goal ruled out for offside. Probably needs to hold his run in that regards. Unlucky not to really have any real efforts or be presented with any real chances at goal for himself. But I think he did well. Second half, when he moved in the central position, when substitutions were made, playing up front, again showcased his talent, linked up very well with Saka. So I feel he can walk away with a 9. Saka's got to get a 9 as well, man. He would get a 10 if he finished that opportunity he had towards the end of the game. He shot straight at the keeper. We'll allow him because he's 16 and he played so good today. But yeah, man, he's scary, people. The way he goes past players, like, it's a lot of academy level. He excels on the left-hand side. He excels on the right-hand side. He's been playing. You saw him last year as a schoolboy playing under 20, not under 23s, under 18s as well in the FA Youth Cup. The man is scary. He made his debut as a schoolboy. He's a scary young man. Like, whether he becomes a fullback or a left wing or right wing, it depends on him and the management. But the talent is scary. Obviously showed his lack of experience at times. Probably too easy to get off the ball. Probably overran it at times. Probably could have got his head up. But the way he drops his shoulder, it's almost like Sane. He put balls in the second half into dangerous positions. From start to finish, he looked like the person that was going to score or make things happen. Had an effort in the 64th minute. He could have done better as well, but he did all right today. And between him and Ozil, for me, they're probably the men of the match. So yeah, Medley didn't have too much, but I think he could get a 5. I think he did all right when he came on in regards to passing. Monreal the same as well. Gilmore can probably walk away with a 5, but he wasn't realistically on the field long enough to play. But I felt everybody, whether they played 1 minute or 90, I felt they showed a willingness on the ball. I think they showed a bit of a bravado, especially our young players. Now, it's always tough making it at a top 6 side. Regardless of ability, it's naive to think 11 schoolboys will make it. Like, for me, people, I would love Gilmore, Saka, Vontae, Daly Campbell, Tyrese, John Jules, Amici, Saka, of course, Trey Coyle, and all the young Eddie and Katie or Willock, all of these players that are under 18s, 23s, touching first team. I want them all to make it, people. It's my dream to have a La Masia, all of them make it. It'll save us a lot of money. It's naive though, people, because regardless of ability, we know there's a number of factors at play. If a couple can make it, great. I do think all of them players I've said though are going to have good careers at a good level. How far they go is down to them, and it's good for us as a club, man. Because if they go away and they have top level careers, it says a lot about our academy and our development. And if they stay here, they obviously save us money, and we all want to see young players come through. So yeah, it's a testament to all of them, and they've all given, I don't want to say they've given Unai Emery a headache, but they're definitely in their thoughts, man. Especially from Gilmore and Joe Willock, especially in regards to the next 6 months. You never know, to be honest. There's question marks over Ramsey's future. Who knows with El Neni? He hasn't featured in the Premier League. Maybe he wants to go permanently or on loan in January. Who knows? I think another midfielder needs to come into the club immediately at first team level. But if we don't and injuries happen, you could get called up. I know Maitland-Niles is having to play at fullback because he can't get a look in. But a lot of things can change. I don't want no one to get injured. I don't want no one to lose form. But you know how football works. So they should be licking their lips. Saka is 16, so we need to be patient and not say he's the next this and that. I hate the environment of football, but it's scary, especially Saka, Nelson, and Emil Rowe Smith, or whatever you want to call him. I always mess up his name. Scary what them three in particular, and Amici as well, what them four could be, man. Like, we really have about 10 players that I believe are going to have top careers, man. Trust me, people. And there's a lot that I haven't said that I think are going to have careers. The likes of Ben Shave, probably needs to depart the club as well because he's not getting a look in and he's at the level he needs to play. I think he can have a top career. I think Matt Smith, again, he's second-year scholar, I believe so. It's a long way away, but he's a good central mid, a tidy midfielder. I think he's going to have a top career. So there's a lot, people. But I'm going off topic. Strictly remaining at Arsenal versus Qarabag. Arsenal 1, Qarabag 0. On that note, people, it was a low-key affair. There wasn't much to really talk about, but thank you for watching and sticking with me, fixture in, fixture out, regardless, man. I love you guys. On that note, though, I'm out, man. I need to sleep. People, stay safe, stay blessed. Deluded.